Hello, once again. I am Doc Rotten, and this is the Gruesome Guide to Horror Movies for September 2021. Back with me again this week are the scariest, goriest, bloodiest co-host on the net, and that means lead news writer for Gruesome Magazine, the one and only Dave Dreher. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Hey, I'm not as pretty to look at as your normal host, but I'm here regardless.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right. Well, September is on its. This is the weird month, right? But in a weird year, it might
Weird? What do
actually
you mean a
be.
weird month? It's my birthday month. There's
Oh,
nothing weird about
that explains everything. Well, in the movie business, usually September isn't the month that you go to for movies, right? It's that weird month in movies. But this is a weird year. So we actually have a lot of really good movies and TV shows to talk about. We do have a couple TV shows, two of them that were in the list. So we have 6 movies, 2 TV shows to talk about tonight. Are you looking forward to September, sir?
I am. I always look forward to. Have I mentioned it's my birthday month?
It's your
That's
birthday month. Well, let's all say happy birthday today. Happy birthday.
no, it's not yet. It's not yet. No, it's not yet.
I
It's
know.
not.
This is in advance. This is in advance. Happy September birthday.
Well, thank you, Doc. In lieu of greetings, please send money.
Yes. That doesn't work, but that's awesome. All right, let's jump into it. We're going to keep this quick and dive in. So first is What We Do in the Shadows. This is season 3. Of course, it's on FX and then Hulu the next day. September 2nd is when it debuts. The creator, of course, is Jemaine, Clement, along with the rest of the crew. This has been, the What We Do in the Shadows movie we loved back in the day, and then of course we love the past 2 seasons of the show. It is delightful. It is a different cast, but it is, I mean, not from the each season, but from the movie. And we have, like I said, we've enjoyed it, and I believe, sir, we are very much looking forward to this season. Are we not?
Yeah, very much so. This is one of the funniest shows on TV right now. Unfortunately, I'm not sure it's completely found its audience yet. It doesn't seem to be as popular as it should be.
No, but
Because it's kind of like The Office for horror fans. You know what I mean? I mean, it's very inside,
yep.
very quick wit. I love it. I fell in love with when they had their Superb Owl episode, which I think was in season 1, and that was like the absolute best. And it's only gotten better since then.
Yeah, and of course, the first episode is Guillermo's fate hangs in the balance as the vampires receive a promotion. This season, they become the head of the Vampire Society. So
yeah. The trailer shows that throne with the giant eyeball on it.
Yes.
which is great.
So it's going to be fun to see all our guys back in action. Nandor, Laszlo, Naja, Colin, and of course Guillermo. So.
Yep. It should be a ton of fun. I'm looking very forward to it. It's only a couple for recording this. It's like literally a couple days away, right?
It is this coming weekend as we're recording. It may already be out when you're hearing this, but of course, 10 episodes in, it'll be playing through October. So I imagine we'll be talking about this on HNR for the next 10 weeks.
Bring it on. I'm ready for it.
Bring it on. All right. The first movie of the month that we're going to be talking about is We Need to Do Something.
Look at the eye.
Yeah, there's another eye. It's coming from IFC Midnight, September 3rd, from director Sean King O'Grady. This is after Melissa and her family seek shelter from a storm, they become trapped. With no sign of rescue, hours turn to days, and Melissa comes to realize that she and her girlfriend, Amy, might have done something with the horrors that threaten to tear her family apart and the entire world as well. Oh my goodness!
Those damn Ouija boards. I'll tell you.
Boards might be. This is from writer Max Booth III, which you might have something to say about that. The cast includes Pat Healy, which I love, Lisette Alexis, and John James Cronin. I am so looking forward to this. This looks like a huge blast. It's kind of that group trapped in a place trying to get out, and all kinds of wackiness happens. I hear good things. What about you, sir?
Yeah. I noticed something as I was going through the trailers to talk with you tonight. We got kind of a running theme of people stuck in storms with these. I don't know if you noticed that as you were watching them as well, but there's a whole thing going on with these. This kind of reminded me of The Mist. Kind of the same thing. Something happening outside, and you don't know what it is, but you know it's not good. And good things never come from locking people in a place together and then putting pressure on them. It just never ends well. But it looks great. IFC Midnight, of course, has a long history of releasing really great horror films, and I think this one might be one of those.
I think it might as well, sir. I think it might as well. All right, up next is Martyrs Lane. This is coming on the 9th of September. It is streaming exclusively on Shudder. So we know Shudder leads us down a good path most of the time. So the synopsis: Leah, 10 years old, lives in a large vicarage, whatever that is, full of lost souls and the needy. In the day, the house is bustling with people. At night, dark and empty, a space for Leah's nightmares to creep into. A small nightly visitor brings Leah comfort, but soon she realizes that the little visitor offers knowledge that might be very, very dangerous. From writer-director Ruth Platt, and the cast includes Denise Goff, Stephen Cree, and Anastasia Hill. I love a good ghost story, and this one has a lot of ghosts, one of which is trying to either save or seduce a small child. The ghost, of course, is a child as well. If you watch the trailer, I'm looking forward to this. And of course, it's on Shudder. Sir, what do you think?
It looks like a Shudder film. It looks very atmospheric.
It
looks very they like these kind of movies that are real atmospheric and moody and artistic, and this appears to be that kind of film. It looks fantastic.
It does, and of course, Shudder can do no wrong, right? So
they can't. All hell Shudder.
Yep, you have Shudder, so of course you can watch this film. All right, up next is a theatrical film. It is going to theaters and HBO Max day and date, and this is from James Wan, from Warner Brothers. It is called Malignant, and it is the synopsis: Madison is paralyzed by shocking visions of grisly murders, and her torment worsens as she discovers that these waking dreams are in fact terrifying realities. Written by James Wan, Ingrid Bisu, and Akila Cooper. The cast includes, but is not limited to, Annabella Wallace, Maddie Hassan, and George Young. We've been looking forward to this since we've heard about it. Now we have trailers and posters. What, sir, is your opinion of this very movie?
Just 2 words, Doc. James Wan. Nothing else needs to be said. That's it. No, my first thing is I can't not believe how much our lead actress looks like Jacqueline Smith, which is probably something only people our age will understand the reference.
It's also not a bad thing.
No, not a bad thing, but boy, she really does resemble her, like unbelievably, actually. Yeah. But this looks great. I mean, it's James Wan doing what James Wan does. I love his use of shadows and misdirection. He's the master of it. I hate to say he created it, but in these modern horror films, he didn't create it. He reinvented it. Let's put it that way. So I like it, and I think we're going to get another horror icon out of Mr. Wan. I think Gabriel is going to be another Annabelle or of the like.
Yes. Speaking of Annabelle Wallace was in Annabelle. So there you go. She was in the first.
Yeah, we don't see much of Gabriel in this. We see shadow.
We see enough. We see enough to know to be afraid of Gabriel.
Yeah. So I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more. He looks very mischievous. He does.
Yes, and I will say that James Wan is full James Wan in this, and especially in the trailer where we get the spin around the lead actress as the location changes, fades into a new location, and of course. There's one scene that really in the trailer that really interests me, and that's when she's being, it looks like she's being interviewed by the police, but the way she's filmed, you can only see her face. Yeah. And it looks so much like Fulci. Yeah. And it reminds me of Fulci.
Very much so.
And I can't, of course, this is supposed to have, a little bit of a Gallo tinge to it, so we'll see.
Giallo tinge.
Giallo, yeah. So we'll see what this is. All right. Well, we're half in mid-September. If you're hanging out with us, we want to say thank you for being here. And if you are enjoying this, please hit the subscribe button down below and share with a friend. Hit the like button. That will help. All those things are free to do. And of course, we'd love to hear your comments. Which of these movies are you most looking forward to? That's what we want to know. All right, let's get the second half coming in on November. We're already in November, folks.
Oh my gosh, that was quick.
September 14th from 1091 Pictures is a film called Shelter in Place from directors Christopher Baruti and Connor Martin. The casting, and they also wrote the film. The cast includes Brendan Hines, Tatjana Marjanovic, Ola Kaminska, Kevin Daniels, and Jay Reynolds. The synopsis: a honeymooning couple gets stranded at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel and learns that there's more to fear than just cabin fever. All right, this looks very much like a ghost story. It's trapped in a hotel. Lots of Shining vibes in this at some point.
Yeah, 1408 too. Got kind of a
1408 vibes. Yes. I wasn't sure what to make of this at first, but now that I've seen the trailer, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped to see this, and I can't wait to cover it.
And they don't really tell us what they're sheltering in place for, though. I mean, it appears to be some type of, again, a storm or something happening outside because they're not allowed to leave. They can't leave, and they think they're the only people in this hotel. So I'm a little curious to see it. I want to see why are they trapped there? That's the only thing that I'm a little confused about. But other than that, it definitely has the Shining, the 1408 kind of vibe.
Yeah, they're from the trailers. They are certainly not alone.
No. Bad things are in there, Doc. Bad things.
Bad things. Shelter in place. All right, that's coming. And I've already moved the text away on the 14th, which is right there on September. All right, up next is Netflix. Netflix has a bunch for us in September. We're only going to spotlight two things: one movie, one TV show. But this is the movie. Now, we talk about this often, that there are films that are great films to kind of get younger audiences, into the genre, and it looks like Night Books is going to be one of them. This looks really fun. It's a story about young Alex, who's obsessed with scary stories and is imprisoned by an evil young witch in her contemporary New York City apartment. It's directed by David Yarevsky, written by Mickey Daughtry and Tobias Iaconis, based on a book by J.A. White. And the cast includes Kristen Ritter, yay, right?
Yeah.
Lydia Jewett and Winslow Fegley. And I was surprised on how much I fell in love with this trailer. I am so looking forward to this. Kristen Ritter makes a delicious witch.
She does indeed. And I'm like you, Doc. This is of all these trailers we watched, this is the only one I watched multiple times. Man, this looks like a lot of fun. It just really does. I mean, the whole premise of the boy is being held captive, and he's going to be killed unless every night he supplies a scary story for the witch.
Right.
So he has to constantly create these scary stories, and it's just like, holy crap, this is fantastic. Was the book? And you may not know this. I did not do any research. Was it like a young adult book that it's based on?
It feels like it for sure, right?
Yeah, it really does. I think I kind of like to read the book, maybe.
You might have to. Of course, the director is the director behind Brightburn, which is a movie we liked from a few years back.
Ah, very nice.
Remember that?
I do. No. Absolutely.
Of course, it's playing on Netflix September 15th. We'll be sure.
We'll be watching
this one. Yes. All right. Up next, if you're not going to talk about gateway horror, you're going to be talking about Nicolas Cage. That's the only two things you ever want to do. So up next is Prisoners of the Ghostland, which is far more on the action, weird, action side of things, but certainly has elements of just bizarro enough to make it onto our list. Of course, it has Nicolas Cage in it and Bill Moseley. And to see Bill Moseley opposite Nicolas Cage is kind of like an automatic include, because that is the most amazing thing ever. He's in the trailer a lot. He's in the trailer a lot.
Yeah.
This is coming from RLJE Films on the 17th of September. The synopsis is: a notorious criminal must break an evil curse See, there you go. Evil Curse. In order to rescue an abducted girl who has mysteriously disappeared. Directed by Sion Sono. Written by Aaron Hendry and Reza Siho Safai. Sorry, I mispronounced.
I can't prove you wrong.
Okay, the cast includes Nicolas Cage, of course, Bill Moseley, Sophia Boutella, and Nick Cassavetes. It is a great cast. It absolutely looks bonkers, and I can't wait to see it. There is another cast member I want to bring up real quick. It's Tak Sakaguchi, who, if you are a prisoner, if you are a fan of Japanese film, you'll know who that individual is. But anyway, Dave, what did you think of this? And is this in your wheelhouse, or is this kind of?
It looks really bonkers. Well, I got like real hard Snake Plissken vibes off this.
You know, I did too.
You know, like real hard, and kind of with a little Big Trouble in Little China mixed in at the same time.
And a little bit of Welcome to Frogtown. Okay, I know I'm pulling that one out of obscurity, but if you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about.
But I no big secret, especially to you, Doc. I've not been a fan of Nick Cage's last few films. This one seems to maybe be playing more into his wheelhouse of the type of acting that he does that I enjoy.
Yes.
So I am officially excited to see this one.
Because I am radioactive.
I am radioactive.
That is so awesome.
So great.
I am looking forward to this. I cannot wait to cover it on Gruesome Magazine. This is going to be so much fun. All right. Up last is a TV series on Netflix. Of course, we love Mike Flanagan, and following up his 2 seasons of haunting shows, right? He's bringing Midnight Mass on the 24th of September. Synopsis on Netflix, of course. The synopsis: an isolated island community experiences miraculous events and frightening omens after the arrival of a charismatic, mysterious young priest. 7 episodes. Written and directed by Mike Flanagan, also written by James Flanagan and Elin Gale. The cast includes, but is not limited to, Zach Gilford, Henry Thomas, Annabeth Gish, Kate Siegel, of course, Hamish Linklater, who is the priest in question, Alex Esso, a name that we talk about a lot, and Kristen Lehman. The trailer, I gives us a lot of mystery and doesn't really tell us much, but tells us enough to know to know that we want to see this, right?
Yeah. The trailer's very vague, but again, really all you need to know is it's Netflix and it's Mike Flanagan. So
right.
Yeah, that's pretty much enough to make you want to view it. And a lot of his haunting cast is around.
Henry Thomas,
Yeah. So it looks good. I'm not a big fan of religious horror. Again, Doc, you know this. Anybody who's been listening for a while knows this. Religious horror freaks me the hell out. So I don't know how religious this is going to be, but it certainly seems like it's going to be.
Yeah. And Hamish Linklater, he has this maniacal side to him that comes out in some of his roles. So he is the priest, and in this, just the repeating the word "why," right? Why? Yeah. Just like, oh my goodness, what is this? I've been looking forward to this since it was mentioned, since it was announced. Of course, it's Mike Flanagan. I've been preaching Mike Flanagan since day one, even when the rest of you were poo-pooing on me. It took a while for you guys to warm up, especially Santos. He finally did. Thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be.
It looks real good. And again, it's a teaming up that we've seen work twice now beautifully. So there's no reason to believe that this isn't going to be a home run again.
No reason at all.
Nope.
And of course, that starts the 24th of September, and I guess they'll release it all at once. So we'll have to spend that weekend just binging it. Oh man, there's been a couple series that out of the blue just make me stop and watch the whole damn thing.
Yeah, you can't help yourself.
Oh man, brand new cherry flavor. I didn't know anything about that one. We kind of glossed over it, and I watched that first one, and 3 o'clock in the morning I ended up watching the last one that night, and I was like, holy crap, what in the heck am I doing?
That ended on a high note too. That one had an ending.
Oh, you watched it, huh?
I watched it. Yeah.
That was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, for sure.
And I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. All right. Well, this is going to be an exciting month of films. Is there one that you are particularly looking forward to?
Over the rest of them, well, I mean, you gotta go with *Malignant*, right? I mean, you
kind of have to. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to, but I'm really kind of looking forward to all of these in one respect or another. *Nightbook* surprised me. I wasn't expecting to enjoy that trailer as much as I did. So
I'm excited about that.
I'm very intrigued about one. But it's a strong month. I think it's going to be a strong month. A lot of good horror. And we didn't even hit it all. We just hit the highlights.
We just hit eight out of many.
Yeah.
8 out of many. The ones that we highlighted, of course, were What We Do in the Shadows on the 2nd. We Need to Do Something on the 3rd. Martyrs Lane on the 9th. Malignant on the 10th. That's the one I'm most looking forward to. Of course, it's James Wan. Shelter in Place on the 14th. Prisoner. No. Nightbooks on the 15th. Prisoners of the Ghostland on the 17th. And Midnight Mass on the 24th. All right, man. That's all we got for you tonight. Look for us next month when we. Wow,
October.
We'll be doing October. Oh, that's gonna be good.
I think isn't there's like a big Halloween themed movie coming up, isn't there?
I think there is.
I seem to remember something about it.
Yeah, it's called Antlers. No, not that.
No. Something like that, though.
Dave, thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for asking, Doc. I enjoyed it.
All right, say good night.
Good night.